Hey challengers, it's your coach Sandy here, and I wanted to just spend a few minutes to give you guys a little bit more details about the 21-day fix eating plan, aka meal planning, prepping, whatever you want to call it. Because as we all know, what goes in your mouth is super important. You can exercise all day long, but if you're not eating right, you're not going to get the results that you truly deserve. And we want you guys to get those results, right? So we're going to talk about the eating plan. So we are doing the 21-day fix. Now, we kick off next Monday, so this is what we call prep week. And the reason for prep week is to prepare you to actually start. And we do this so that you can understand the meal prepping, the planning, the portion control system, and exactly how the program works. Because it's so important that you kick off and that you start right and that you understand everything. And that's why we have the group, so that you guys can post questions, we can keep you accountable, and we can motivate each other. So today we're going to go through the eating plan, which there's our book. Mine's a little written on because I've had this for a few months and Gio got a hold of it, so he's written on that. And in this book tells you everything that you need to know about the eating plan. It's so simple to follow. And what I love about this program is that you actually get to eat foods that you like. It's not just chicken, brown rice, broccoli, or sweet potato, or specific meats, or specific vegetables, or carbs, or things like that. You actually get a list of foods that you can pick and choose from. So that's the really cool thing. So this is the book that comes with it, and here are your containers, okay? So we got all our containers here. So we got green, blue, yellow, red, purple, and our little orange guy in there. You also get a teaspoon serving, which they didn't give you a teaspoon because they figured they don't want to clutter your drawers and stuff, and hopefully everybody has a teaspoon at home. But those are your containers. Based upon your calorie needs and what tier you fall into will determine how many of each container that you have. What I've done is I've just used these containers as actual measuring cups. So like green is for vegetable, and if I was allowed to have 3 a day, I would just use this to fill it up, pour it on my plate, or pour it in my container and then go. That was the easiest way for me, instead of having to wash them all day long or having to worry that I didn't have the containers handy or things like that. So I just would use these as measuring cups. All right, so read the book, super important. There's only like 70 pages in here. There's also a ton of recipes that give you ideas for meals, and it's easy to follow, but you gotta read the book. So you gotta understand what you're doing, okay? Some pages that I wanted to go on through are starting on page 4, which talks about your calorie level and where you fall into. This is important because this is where it's going to determine how many containers that you're going to be utilizing each day. So you need to do the calculation and figure out where you fall into. So once you do the calculation, you're going to get through to page 18, 19, which is where it's going to tell you which tier you fall into and how many of each container you're allowed for the day. So that's where you're going to get your amount of containers. And then we will move on to the actual foods, which is the exciting part. And as you can tell here, you could look at this entire list of vegetables, or what falls into the green container, that you can use. So like, for instance, there's definitely foods on here that you're going to like and you're going to enjoy. You have kale, you have spinach, broccoli, beets, eggplants, cabbage, cucumbers, sprouts, mushrooms, lettuce. There's all sorts of different types of foods that you can pick and choose from based upon the foods that you like to eat, which is cool. Then you're going to have the same for your purple containers, the same for your red, same for your yellow, blue, and then orange, okay? Your teaspoon, which is going to allow you certain foods that usually your oils and your peanut butter. So yes, you get to have peanut butter, and that's exciting because I love peanut butter. And your free foods, of course, everybody loves free foods. You're going to have replacement foods. So like, for instance, if you have to have milk, it's going to tell you exactly how many times you can have milk per week and everything like that. Also, you get to have treats. I told you this is a great plan. You don't have to deprive yourself. You get to have a cookie. You get to have a little bit of chocolate. You get to have a glass of wine. So you're not depriving yourself, and that's what's so cool about this program. It's just that it's going to substitute for certain containers. You got to make sure that you're reading that and finding out when you want to have those treats. So don't deprive yourself. And then you're going to roll into the recipes, all different types of recipes, including Shakeology recipes. So it's going to tell you some different Shakeology recipes. And that's it. So falls to the book. You see that? Cool. Oh, also, one other thing I wanted to share with you guys It has a restaurant guide as well. So like that way you don't have to worry about if you have an outing or an event to go to. It's got restaurant foods. Like if cheese pizza is certain containers. It has chili with certain containers. If you want like a beef stew, certain containers. So that way you can kind of work around your schedule and your life, because we all have busy lives. We all do functions and hang out with friends and family and events and things like that. And that way you don't have to feel deprived, because you could still be able to eat the foods and know that you're doing a good job. So make sure you read this book, super important. Make sure if you have your Shakeology already that you're drinking it. You don't have to wait to start the program. You can actually start drinking your Shakeology right away. Use it as a meal replacement if you're trying to lose weight. You could always use it as a snack if you're trying to maintain your weight. So it kind of gives you, different things that you could do. And read the book, guys, okay? This is going to give you everything that you need to know. Thanks so much for listening, and we'll see you in the group. Post any questions, post recipes so that we could share with each other, and we will see you later. Bye.